Okay, welcome, dear friends. Can you hear me okay? Wonderful. Good morning. It's the new moon, as we know, Uposatha day today. And traditionally, this is our time, our chance to focus more on the practice. And we may not be able to meditate all day, but in all that we do, we can take the opportunity to even more to develop our mindfulness and to let everything be an opportunity for Dharma practice. And to help us, we have this wonderful tradition, don't we, of every fortnight, we have the chance to take the precepts, to reconfirm our commitment to the way of practice by keeping the 5 precepts, and even more on a day like today, on a full moon or new moon day like today, to be able to practice with the 8 precepts. And some of you might like to practice with 8 precepts today, and some of you might like to reaffirm the 5 precepts, and we'll have the opportunity to do both, do either. Practicing the 8 precepts is a wonderful opportunity to experience fasting when it's possible for us to do that, to eat less, not eat in the afternoon or evening, to practice renunciation in terms of our what we do with our time. So to let go of entertainment, of anything that's distracting us really from the present moment. No music, no movies, no TV, to have a day free from all these kinds of inputs. So without any further ado, if anyone would like to make an invitation, this is the time. I'll just leave a little space. And otherwise, I'm going to guide you through the precept ceremony. And we'll do the 5 and 8 precept ceremony together. And I'll just guide you as to how to do that. Actually, I could ask you, who would like to take the 8 precepts today? If you raise a hand to let me know. Lovely. And Ananaya, would you like to take the 5 precepts to reaffirm the 5? Perfect. I guessed as much. That's wonderful. So I'd like you to begin by sitting comfortably, by composing the mind and body. We can have a short meditation just for a couple of minutes, and then we'll begin the ceremony. I'll ring the gong in 2 or 3 minutes' time. So now we can begin the precept ceremony. And as there are not so many of us, I'd like to invite you, if it's comfortable for you, to unmute yourselves so that we can share the space more fully and all hear one another. If you're happy, that's wonderful. So I'd like to invite you to begin by repeating after me. I'm going to pay homage to the Buddha 3 times, and then I'd like you to follow on and to do the same. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato
samma sambuddhassa.
And then I'd like to invite you to repeat after me, line by line, the 3 refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Buddhang saranang
gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammam saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sangham saranam gacchami.
Tutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi buddham saranam gacchami.
Tutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami.
Tutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddham saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami.
Saranang gamananititam. So now repeat after me the 5 precepts and the 8 precepts. Anatipata.
Anatipata.
Veramani Sikkhapadang.
Veramani Sikkhapadang.
Samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
I undertake the precept to refrain
I undertake the precept to refrain
from taking the life of any living being.
from taking the life of any living being.
Adinadana.
Achinadana.
Veramani Sikkapadang Samadhiyami.
Samadhi.
I undertake the precept to refrain
I undertake the precept to refrain
from taking that which is not given,
from taking that which is not given.
and for those taking the 5 precepts. Kame sume chachara. Veramani Sikkapadang Samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from any unskillful sexual behavior. And for those who are taking the 8 precepts. Brahmacharya. Veramani Sikkapadang Samadhiyami.
Samadhi.
I undertake the precept to refrain
I undertake the precept to refrain
from any kind of sexual activity.
from any kind of sexual activity.
Musawada. Veramani Sikkapadang Samadhiyami.
Veramani Sikkapadang.
I undertake the precept to refrain
I undertake the precept to refrain
from dishonest or harmful speech.
from dishonest or harmful speech.
Sura meraya majja pamadatana. Veramani Sikkapadang Samadhiyami.
Samadhiyami.
I undertake the precept to refrain
I undertake the precept to refrain
from intoxicating drink and drugs which lead to carelessness.
Intoxicating drink and drugs which lead to carelessness.
And for those who are taking the 8 precepts, we'll continue. Vikala bhojana. Veramani Sikkapadang Samadhiyami. I will undertake the precept today to refrain from.
I will undertake the precept today to refrain from
Eating at inappropriate times.
Eating at inappropriate times.
That is from noon until tomorrow morning.
That is from noon till tomorrow morning.
Nacha Gita Wadita Visuka Dasana. Mala Ganja Vilepana. Dharana Mandana Vibhusanatana. Oeramaniya Sikaparan Samadhiyami. I will undertake the precept to refrain today
I will undertake the precept to refrain today
from any kind of entertainment, beautification, or adornment.
From any kind of
entertainment, beautification, or adornment.
Uchasayana Mahasayana.
Uchasayana Mahasayana.
Oeramaniya Sikaparan Samadhiyami.
Niramani Sikapadam Samadhiyami.
I will refrain today and tonight
I will
refrain today and tonight
from sleeping on a high or luxurious sleeping place.
from sleeping
on a high or luxurious sleeping place.
Imani pancha, imani ata sikaparani samadhiyami.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Imani pancha imani ata sikapadani silena sugatinyanti silena boga sampara silena niputinyanti tasma silam visodaye.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So, my dear friends, we can reflect on these precepts today. It's so good, isn't it, to take the precepts every fortnight so that we can consider how are we doing, what are we doing, how we can refine and really polish and upgrade our precepts. There's always room for improvement until we're fully liberated. I suspect for all of us, we can reflect on aspects of our lives, aspects of the way we do things and the way we behave that will give us a chance to follow the Buddha's guidance on living the good life, living the wholesome life, refraining from any kind of harm whatsoever to ourselves. And by naturally, that means also towards anyone else, any other beings. So I want to just say a few words about the 8 precepts. I think it's really wonderful if you can dedicate the moon days in this way, the Uposatha day, for this more, can be challenging, can be also uplifting way of practice. We're blessed, it's the weekend. If it's during the week, it's not so easy sometimes. If you're working hard, say, and you come home and you're really hungry, but today we have a weekend day, so I hope you have more time for practice. And I believe the Uposatha days will be on the weekend for a little while over the next 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully. And I want to say a word about the 8th precept, lying on a high or luxurious sleeping place. I would take that as an encouragement to perhaps, if you have a daily nap, to just be very mindful about that. When you go to bed at night, it doesn't mean you have to rearrange your bedroom. Actually, it just means be very mindful about sleep, how much sleep we need. And also when we're going off to sleep and when we're waking up in the morning, I really consider this is a very fruitful time for us in our practice to see how quickly we can come back to a place of mindfulness. We can kind of bring in this aspect, this liberating aspect, as soon as possible in the morning, and let it be the way that we fall asleep at night in meditation, observing the breath, observing the body. So I take this precept as a real encouragement to look at the interface between waking life and the sleep time. And, you know, it's interesting. Sometimes if we meditate at night, it keeps us awake. It's harder to fall asleep, but I would say that may be because it's a good time to meditate. And we can find that the more we are able to develop our meditation practice, the less sleep we need, because we're more relaxed in our everyday life. These are just some reflections, and I'm not suggesting anything needs to be changed in the way that you're living your lives, but just some ways that we can reflect on the precepts and see how we can develop this kind of attitude towards food, towards sleep, that's encouraged in keeping the 8 precepts. This attitude of letting go, this attitude of renunciation, moderation with sleep and with food, also with eating. So again, with the 6th precept, you know, it's often when you're keeping the 8 precepts just for a day, it's harder. It's a high practice. It's easy for us monastics because the whole system is set up for us to very easily forget about food from noon onwards. But when you're in lay life, the fridge is there, the family are eating in the evening, and you're keeping the 8 precepts, it can be quite challenging. And of course, we're hungry because we're used to eating in the evening, probably. So I would say this is a very high practice. It's a good practice to feel hunger and allow that to be present without feeling that we have to go get something to eat. How beneficial, how the Buddha praised the letting go of this desire to eat purely as a knee-jerk response to hunger. No, we can actually do without from time to time. And notice the health benefits, notice the clarity of mind, and notice the dukkha. The dukkha that is inherent in having a human body that has to be fueled so many times a day. We can really observe and reflect more deeply on the human predicament and on hunger and on the nutriment of food. So these are just a few reflections for today. And I hope that you'll all be able to join us this evening. If not in person live, then tune in later, because we have a great opportunity. I hope you'll have heard that every Uposatha day during the winter retreat, Ayya will be teaching. And she's going to be teaching on the theme of Satipatthana Sutta. So I myself am very much looking forward to this evening, and I hope you'll be also able to be with us. And Ayya will be here at 7 o'clock. And meantime, I want to wish you all a very fruitful, a very liberating, a very peaceful and happy day, keeping the precepts and practicing well.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
And we can conclude with a closing homage. Arahant Sama Sambuddho Bhagavan Buddham Bhagavantam Abhivademi. Sawakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami. Supatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Sanghang Namami.
Sadhu,
Sadhu.
sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Ayya.
Thank you, Ayya.
Thank you. Ayya.
Thank you all. Big blessings.
See you this evening.
Wonderful.